die mooiste mooi vir my. Tot in jou vlaktes waar ek al my drome kry. Tot in jou berge, jou riviere, waterstrome, bekoor jy my. Ek kan vir altyd net hier na jou skoonheid staan. Want waar het ek ooit so iets gewaar? Jy's beautiful verby vir my, dis hier by jou waar ek wil bly. Staan Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane, Suid-Afrika, wat rou jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Daar is so baie wat ek jou wil vra, gaan ons betaal vir die letsels wat jy dra. Ek weet die plan was nooit ons so moet beklui my land, maar sê vir my. Ek weet dis baie lang van Morinos verby. Jou kop al zwaar my land, maar sê toch nie vir my. Wat kan van jou word my land? Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra, maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie, wat handen so vat, en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane, Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Handen vat en op ons knieën neerval en vrouwe God, kom red ons land. Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra, maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie, wat handen so vat, en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane, Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Suid-Afrika.
Going to my mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. Last night I was on television. I was on a telephone. Rapidly rising I don't know. COVID has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's lives reflected in the NHEI. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was inflicted in we're going to seize the ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. NATO's purpose is to defend against aggression. Let me make that near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. I don't think as the idea that political coverage. I I want to thank and recognize Dr. John Kingersong. I can't get this to function at all. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the door? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. No idea. No idea. No idea.
Welcome back once again. This is Chris Report, and he assured me that since I'm down in Boulders, folks, this is Chris Wyatt reporting from South Africa.
Southwest, are you on frequency?
401 traffic, airport vehicle, just be advised, we're keeping for an on-time opening here of runway 29er, but it's going to remain closed until schedule 545.
And the Southwest pulling onto 29, just so you know, there is a vehicle on the runway still, and it is closed.
I tried warning them. Tower up on 5, did you ever get a hold of that Southwest plane once he's airborne, or is he still kind of MIA in that regard?
Option 5, stand by one, it's on the line. Option 5, no, we never talked to the aircraft because we technically not open there until 45, so never did talk to him.
I just didn't know if you had him on departure frequency currently.
No, he's up and out. He went with the center the whole way.
I'm not doing C's on his departure.
I'm not either, considering you were on the runway and had to exit. He wasn't even on the CTAF. Yeah, I heard that as well.
Wouldn't that technically count as a deviation too?
Wow, folks, that's air traffic control at an airfield in Maine, where Southwest Airlines flight took off from a closed... Stop that. I told you to stop. Took off from a closed runway with a vehicle on the runway 2 minutes before the runway is open in the morning. Southwest Airlines flight departing from an unauthorized location, currently under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration. Wow. How would you like that nonsense, folks? Wow. Hey, by the way, last night, shopping at the discount store, the club, I did find this new summer treat, Canada ginger ale, which I'm a fan of. But this is ginger ale, raspberry, and lemonade. Oh, the Muffin Man's going to try this one out. Do you know the Muffin Man? Whoa, the Muffin Man. Ooh, that's tasty. Very different. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris live in central Pennsylvania. Fresh back from the physician's office. How's it going out there? Southwest pilots doing what Southwest pilots do. Talking crap. Yeah. They just ignored the tower and did what they wanted. Thank you. Is it Duemus for subscribing? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my opening monologue. Let's get to that. I have a comment. Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. at this hour. The Supreme Court of the United States has struck down obstruction charge used for hundreds of January 6 protesters. The U.S. Supreme Court this morning overruled the overzealous Biden regime's Department of Injustice and its rabid misuse of law to prosecute minor offenses in order to bolster their fraudulent claims about a fictitious insurrection in January of 2021. Supreme Court's decision on obstruction charge will impact trials of hundreds of January 6 protesters and potentially former President Donald Trump. Defense lawyers had claimed that prosecutors overreached by charging rioters with a crime that is limited to conduct that destroys or tampers with evidence sought by investigators. The government's broad application of the statute, according to the defense attorneys, would allow prosecutors to target protesters or lobbyists who disrupt congressional committees. The Justice Department argued that the violent disruption of the peaceful transfer of power after a presidential election, including attacks on police officers, is no minor offense. An attack on a police officer is not a minor offense, I agree, but that's not what was happening. Government lawyers pushed back against the idea that using the statute in this way would violate the First Amendment, saying there are no examples of prosecutors using the 2-decade-old obstruction charge against legitimate protesters exercising their right of free speech. That's true until an illegitimate government is pushed back against. And then a callow, weak-willed, which is synonymous, they mean the same thing, and thin-skinned, illegitimate government used this charge meant to prosecute business accounting misdeeds to put people in jail for up to 18 to 20 years. This is prosecutorial misconduct, and members of the Department of Injustice should be prosecuted for this. Now, at issue here for the court in the case of Fisher versus the United States was how to interpret the text of a statute Congress amended in 2002 in part of the obnoxious, ridiculous, small enterprise crushing Sarbanes-Oxley Act, which followed the Enron scandal, and particularly the meaning of the word otherwise. Now, this is yet another example of why government is all too often the enemy of humanity and liberty. A law intended to prevent business accounting scandal was illegitimately applied to elevate minor offense in order to lock opponents of the government away in the gulag. Once more, laws almost always curtail, restrict, or rob freedom from sovereign peoples. And that's why government is a danger to your sovereignty. The law includes a penalty for up to 20 years in prison for anyone who corruptly alters, destroys, mutilates, or conceals a record, document, or other object, or attempts to do so with the intent to impair the object's integrity or availability for use in official proceedings. Aha! 20 years for Nancy Pelosi. There you go right there, folks. The law should have been applied to Nancy Pelosi, who ripped up the president's speech, which is a federal document which the archives must keep on file. Therefore, Nancy Pelosi must be prosecuted under this. The entire world saw it on camera. The arrogant asshat known as Nancy Pelosi should be prosecuted under this law because anyone who corruptly alters, destroys, mutilates, or conceals a record, document, or other object, or attempts to do so with the intent to impair the object's integrity, its existence, or availability for use in official proceeding, or otherwise obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding or attempts to do so, Nancy Pelosi belongs in a federal penitentiary. Case closed. Now, after the January 6, 2021 events on the Capitol, federal prosecutors charged more than 350 participants in the rally with obstructing or impeding an official proceeding. That charge, as I mentioned, carries a 20-year maximum penalty and is part of a law enacted after the exposure of mass fraud and the shredding of documents during the collapse of Enron. This law was meant to target the officials at Enron who were shredding documents, not peaceful protesters. Now, the decision comes a day after the puzzling decision that allows the executive branch and the federal government to continue using tech companies as proxies to circumvent the First Amendment and unconstitutionally censor Americans. This is bizarre. This court doesn't know where it sits with the law. They have correctly made a decision today, but incorrectly allowed the federal government to violate the First Amendment yesterday. For those claiming this is a conservative court, they're dishonest or disingenuous at best case. This court is confused, to say the very least. In two back-to-back 6-3 decisions, three turncoat conservatives, Brett Kavanaugh, Chief Justice John Roberts, who's not a conservative, but he claims to be, and then, of course, Amy Coney Barrett, two associate justices, which the conservative movement stood up for, who have betrayed the Constitution and conservative values on a consistent basis, voted to allow the government to censor people yesterday, but did vote the majority today. It's a confusing time for Supreme Court decisions in the United States. Welcome back to the program, folks. That's my opening monologue. And breaking news out of Washington, D.C., where the Supreme Court has now thrown out the misuse of the law by the Department of Injustice to prosecute Americans for an act that isn't applicable. Wow, this is huge news. I'm all choked up about it. Huge news, folks. All right, let me get to the chat, and then we're going to continue on. Before that, you heard the air traffic control, the recordings from the tower for ATC, trying to talk to a Southwest Airlines flight on a main runway that was closed. They departed from their runway, a closed runway. Wow. Southwest Airlines, as Arctic said, being Southwest Airlines. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 100 people here, currently just 50 likes. You got to do better than that. Come on. You got to do better than that. Here.
That was easy.
Oh, yeah. You know you want to do it. It'll make you feel good. Even the hate wanking trolls. Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the like button. Actually, they'll probably push the dislike. Whichever one you want to push. All engagement helps. Cheers. All right, let's get back to it. Who's in the chat here? Myra Page, Pierre Orban, Val Cooper. Erica's here. Myra Page, Jan Fillon. Erica says the canoe is going the way I feared. It's not over yet. Don't panic. Lorraine Slabbert says, hi, everyone. Been a while. Just glad to be able to join tonight. Well, I'm glad you're here, Lorraine. Good to see you there. Teresa, welcome back again. And then we've got Brian Lawrenson, Smee again. Hey, it's you again. Well, I'm here too. Boitbor says, I'm checking my Weber fire for Bry while trying to check ZZ Top Wyatt's report from USA. Okay. Who else we got here? Ants, welcome, Ants. How you doing? Missed you, of course, at the meet and greet in PE. Debbie says, please hit the like button. Thank you for that. I think Debbie keeps all that text on file, so she just has to paste it. Well done, Debbie. Patrick Vianella, welcome to you. Freelance Kate is back. Hester Kutza, Vilma Rasmus. Leon is back. Dave Renke. Dave, pleasure. And who else have we got here? Winter, Ant, Brai, and Witwatersrand. Ach, der twin folgende Verkiesingstem ek Bri Party. Okay. All right. LL Entertainment, good evening to you. And Lorraine, where's Ann? I don't see Ann tonight. Where's Ndonga? Ndonga's just disappeared completely. Emil Halaby, welcome to you. There's Matthew Dixon. This rap is twice the speed. My mind's going blank now. Told you Biden is out within 30 days. 50 rand on the table, says Arctic. Okay. Clive Street, Chris and others. Look at skid marks after Chris show. Urgent if you're in ZA. Okay, I don't know what's going on skid marks. Okay, another person I was asked to collaborate with and I haven't heard back from. All right. Who else we got here? Renette, welcome to you. AA Moore, watch the debate. And yeah, it was truly a train smash, a train wreck. Call it which one. It was a disaster of epic proportions. Emil says, would have expected that from Ryanair. Yeah, I know, kidding. Vanna Duplessis, hello. Dio Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, that was great. Adam Lambert, this world is going more and more mad. It is, each and every day. Space muffins. Woodpeckers from space. Anybody remember that one? I know Sean knows it. Woodpeckers from space. Just can't believe it. Saw this bird. He was acting strange. Joking Atheist says, I love ginger ale, but if I had a choice, I always would have fought to homemade ginger beer. I don't like ginger beer, ginger ale. UK is deporting ragtops and new visa ragtops. I don't know what that means, Chris. And then what else we got here? Marilyn Brokenshaw. Good evening, Marilyn. How's it going, man? How you doing? Mark Sayers, hello to you. Debbie Moray, still laughing at new nickname, Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know? Glass says 48 likes. Thank you for that. What else? Lynette Orr, good evening. Good to see you there. Mark Myberg, a Trump man, but I think it's disgusting the way they're abusing Biden. Man should be in care. He should be in a care facility, absolutely. But you know what? He brings it on himself. His arrogance, his ego is the size of the Ganges. I got Chris Ayler's. Hendo's here. Good to see him there. And Guardian Prepping just gave a super chat. I didn't see it come up on the screen yet, but it's going to come up in a second now. So thank you so much. Where's the bell? I know Arctic is going to hate this. Cover your ears, Arctic. That's right. Gillum Smith, he clicked the button. Thank you so much for that. Marilyn Brooks, please don't trigger my earworm. Do you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man? Trudy Duplessis, hi, bride. Dope, beautiful winter summer day in Betty's Bay and Colonel. Good evening. Hey, Trudy, I loved Betty's Bay. It was fantastic. The quietest night I've ever spent in Africa. Hands down, I never had such a peaceful evening anywhere in all the places I lived in Africa as I had in Betty's Bay. It's looking kind of attractive. You got an engine there. You got a place to get some biltong. What more could I ask for? You got some penguins pooping all over the place. Patrick, do you believe Biden is being forced to go for the next term? Yeah, I think they're trying to get rid of him with a brokered convention. And there's the super chat from Guardian Prepping. 170 rand. Thank you for that, man. Ooh, we have just 3 days, 28, 29, 30 to top up the super chats this month. All right, thank you very much for that. It's a comedy show, and it shows at least we still have freedom of speech. It will offend everyone. Yeah, PK. Rishi is deporting student protesters and new visas. Oh, gotcha, Chris. Thank you for that. That's what you're talking about. Rishi Sunak. Still don't know how you got the biltong, though. What do you mean, how I got the biltong? I got biltong in PE. It was a gift after fixing potholes. By the way, before I get into the news, we got to talk about that. We've got to talk about this one. All right, you guys ready for this? Some of you saw my video, some of you didn't. But I was up at 3 o'clock this morning because I'm 6 hours ahead. It was 2 o'clock I actually got up because it's 8 o'clock in South Africa. I felt like I slept in. So I was up and I saw that. I think Ronaldo sent me the link, but Gareth Cliff retweeted my photograph of me tamping down the potholes in PE when I was in PE, Nelson Mandela Bay. And mine only got like 60 or 80 views initially, but Gareth Cliff did that. He made a joke about how the colonists have to fix Africa. Oh, the Talons came out from the black supremacists, the racists, the white liberals attacking Gareth Cliff, and then just saying stupid things about me. I'm not South African. I'm not a DA supporter. If anything, John Steenhuisen doesn't like me at all. Trust me. And there's Guardian Prepping with another super chat. Oh, my goodness. 140 rand. That's going to set Arctic off. I'll tell you what, Arctic, if you do a super chat, I won't ring the bell. I promise. Yeah, so that started a whole crap storm. He had like 47,000, 50,000. And then I went back and looked at mine, and mine had over 50,000 views because people went there. So that got me on Twitter last night, the toxic zone of Twitter, just putting news stories and commenting on them. But I had to respond back to some of these people. I mean, and then I did a video about it this morning. Unbelievable. The racists, the bigots, the haters, the hate wankers, who just, I mean, frankly, most of those people could be taken to court for criminal injuria. That is definitely free publicity. I'm sure it probably had some good impacts there through customs on the flight. Who said I brought Biltong back? I never said that, PK. Wait. Oh, don't be having customs. Shh. Customs immigration. Shh. No, I didn't bring any Biltong back. Who said I had Biltong? Stop telling people that. Anyway, Ernst, good evening to you. Debbie said the clock is still setting in. Yeah, exactly. I saw that photo. Brilliant. Pothole Patrol. Didn't know it was Gareth. Yeah, Gareth. Well, I posted it, and Gareth Cliff follows my account. He must have come across it, and he posted it. He has 1.9 million viewers, so nice little boost to my video. PK says, sorry. No, it's okay, PK. I'm just teasing. So, in fact, let me look at that before we get to the news, because I want to see what's going on with that tweet. So let me go to my post. Okay. Let me see. I have a lot of posts from last night, so I have to go way back. That's yesterday when I posted that thing. So come on, where are you at? Come on. Oh, there it is. So that has 64,000 views. I haven't had a video with more than 3,000 or 4,000 views, or not a video, a post on Twitter with more than 3,000 or 4,000 views in donkey years. So thank you for that. Any news about Ronaldo, Patrick? He's good. Yeah, he's doing fine. Thank you. That poll is still covered, so it shows you did a good job. Thank you for that, Emil. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, yeah, smart ass is saying that pothole will be gone. And by the way, they're whining about, well, I did that in the white neighborhoods. That road is the main road that comes up from down by the ocean. Hey, thank you, Arctic, for your membership. That road is the main route that comes up from the port and goes into town, into the interior, and it actually takes you out to get to the road to get to Uitenhage. So while we were fixing those potholes, as a CI guy and as an intel guy, I'm always paying attention to what's going on around me. 7 out of 10 vehicles that came by had black folks in them. Yeah, black folks. So that's who was using the road. Black folks, mostly black folks. But apparently I'm only repairing the roads in my DA neighborhood because I'm a white colonist suppressor. It's time for Country Joe. Yeah, howdy do, folks. Welcome back to the Settlers channel. We're so happy to have you here on the channel. Now, I was talking to my sister, that's my wife. I don't know if you know that, but we was talking about settling down in Africa. And I was thinking about, there's this town called Nelson Mandela Bay. No, they done renamed it. They done gonna renamed it. That place called Geberra. I'm not sure I gets it right, but I try very hard. I think they call it Geberra. Anyway, it's a core word, and it means, I don't know what it means, but I'm looking at settling down there because they got some nice roads. They've been fixing them potholes. And you know what? Country Joe going to move on over there. We're going to check it out. We're going to move over. We're going to settle there because, they'd be calling me a settler all the time, a colonist, one of them evil people, So I think that I'm just going to settle down right there in Port Elizabeth. Now, who is this Elizabeth? Was she a good-looking gal? I don't know. I never know no Elizabeth. I'm guessing that's named after some queen or princess from England. Well, that's some more of them terrible colonizers from England. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's time to sign up for that. That's right. Hey, guess what? It's a lekker Freitag. Yeah, that's right. It's Friday. Anyway, folks. Yeah, I'm telling you. So, Country Joe going to settle down, be a settler in West by God Cape. No, that's not right. That's the Eastern Cape. Okay, well, the Eastern by God Cape. Settler. Go back to Europe. Hey, dumbass. Where do you think Europeans come from? Africa. We were just smarter than you and got out a long time ago. I mean, I've told this story before. My ancestors lived on the Serengeti. And, it got dry. There was a drought. Climate change. A couple 100,000 years ago. And they're like, damn, it's getting hard to find a meal. Ice Age sucked up all the water. So they looked across, and there's a little pond now. You can go across rocks and make your way all the way over to this place they call Yemen today. They got over to Yemen, and they're like, damn, it's hot here. So they started moving north. It was still hot. Eventually, they wound up in the Caucasus. And they get to the Caucasus, and it's cold, and there's bears, cave bears coming, and giant sloths, and, saber-toothed cats. And, cats got them big teeth. Yeah. Anyway, and they're like, screw this. And it went west. The first westward migration. Long before we conquered settled North America. Yeah, and they got further and further. And, over time, there wasn't much sun up there. And that ice age ended. And they got trapped in Scandinavia and in the Isles. And they didn't get enough sun. So we got bleached out. And then about 10,000 years ago, a really cool thing happened. Somebody had genetic mutation and dead sexy blue eyes. And the blue eyes came out of nowhere. And the rest is history. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of mankind. Oh, my mind's going blank now. Oh, my goodness. Eric is going to dinner. Okay. What else we got here? So Debbie says, yeah, Country Joe back in his Settlers. That's right. Country Joe. What was in your blueberry muffin? You're still just too happy for person. No, I'll tell you why I'm happy, folks. I'll tell you why I'm happy. I went earlier today, and sometimes music just puts you in the right mood, right? Sometimes when you're down or you don't know what's going on, you're not feeling good about stuff, you just gotta hear some music, right? And for me, this song just does it. Ollie and Jerry, 1984, from the movie Breakin'. Remember that? Anybody remember that? Ollie and Jerry Breakin'? There's No Stopping Us. Oh, that song got me in a good mood coming back from the dock earlier. All right, so nothing was in my blueberry muffin. No. There were no edibles in my blueberry muffin. All right, those colonizers that give you the iPhone. That's right, the iPhone, the television, the internet, air transport, motor transport, roads, dams, electricity. Oh, never mind. There's no electricity in South Africa. Forget that. You didn't get that from the colonizers. Vander Duplessis says, this boy be banging. What else we got here? Let's learn from the past people. Crap happens. These people are not in 2024. Exactly. Krugersdorp. Okay. Guardian Perpetuous says, facts, man. That's right. People are going to stop living past. People are always going to live in the past, man. Country Joe, Settler, Paul Kruger, Father Christmas. You can never wear lots. You can wear lots of hats. I can, Renee. Carl Brown says, "Where are you having a presidential moment there?" I was. Okay, that's what happens when you take Chris of the Starbucks for a month and then put it back on. Actually, not true, Arctic. I had Starbucks in South Africa in Joburg. Starbucks in South Africa in Cape Town, and I bought the little bottles in Checkers, I think it was. Yeah. And also a couple petrol stations. Protea's on point to beat India in final. Well, we'll see. Theodorus, there you go in there. Our water is back after 33 hours of dry taps. Wow, Marilyn, I'm glad to hear that. Quintessential Organics, welcome to you. Pleasure to have you join us. I don't know, but it's a good tune, says PK, yeah. Vinant Kanakak Pharma said, good Lord. Skid Marks is a lot like me. Okay, I didn't know that, Vinant, but I've been asked to do something with him. Bill Tongue was in the Blueberry Muffin. Do you know the Muffin Man? Anyway, no, but Ollie and Jerry, man, love it, love it, love it. There's no stopping us. No one does it better. What a great song from the movie, that's right, The Electric Boogaloo, Special K. That was the girl, the actress. She's 63 years old now. The actress was in that. Really only had this and then the sequel and one or two other films that she was in her acting career. But yeah, what a great stuff. Ollie and Jerry, 1984, drummer Ollie Brown and bassist Jerry Knight were first call recording session musicians. The native Detroiters formed the rhythm nucleus of fellow Detroiter Ray Parker Jr.'s band Radio. There you go. So anyway, these guys, they came out with Breakin', There's No Stopping Us. It was awesome. What a great song. And the breakdancing was awesome. That was back in the day when it was all innocent and life was great. Radine is in from Italy. Salve. You don't have any news on Ronaldo, do you? He's gone radio silent. No, he hasn't gone radio silent. He's probably here watching this right now. Let me see if you got any news. Now, when you say radio silence, folks, understand that Ronaldo is being falsely accused of all sorts of things, and anything he's doing is being scrutinized right now. And many people are being scrutinized. Roots is being scrutinized. Reform is being scrutinized. Roman Kabinak's being scrutinized. A bunch of black Twitter followers who were saying nice things about him being criticized or being scrutinized, and I'm being scrutinized and I'm being attacked. I haven't even shared this with you. I've been attacked and threatened repeatedly for simply reporting the news. I haven't supported Ronaldo. I haven't backed him. I haven't attacked him. I've simply reported the information factually, and I've been threatened repeatedly. So the IOL can come out and say, oh, we've been threatened. I've been threatened. I have screenshots. I have emails from people who threaten me. So, there's a reason why Ronaldo's silent, because anything he says will be misconstrued and misused against him, and he'll have to fight yet another case. So let him play it out, and Ronaldo will appear if he can. Yeah, exactly. There you go. I told you Ronaldo's probably here. He says, I'm not posting or making anything until I have my day in court, and also I've dealt with internal issues. Exactly, 100% correct. And folks, you've got to give the man a break on that. He's facing an onslaught of racism and bigotry and false allegations, and it's something that has to be dealt with. So because I factually reported what was going on, I also gave my analysis before I had all the facts based on the limited information. That's what analysts do. An intelligence analyst takes limited information and makes a projection and analysis, which is what I did, and my analysis was spot on, bang on about that video with Ronaldo. I knew that it was altered, and I explained what probably happened, and that is exactly what happened. So that's good analytical work, and that was confirmed as factual. So relax, folks. Ronaldo's here. You want to say hi to Ronaldo? You want to give him a like? You want to feel free. Hey, if you want to, you can put a comment in the thing. So there's Ronaldo. He's watching. So Mark Byberg says, doing the right thing, wait it out. Well, he has to wait for the process. Gabriel is in from Schweiz. Na, servus, alte Knabe. How's it going? I saw you eat that muffin. It was a great muffin. You know it was. Oh, PK, it was a great muffin. It was a great muffin. That's right. And I really enjoyed it. Vaynant, I don't think Colin agrees. Who's Colin? All right. I don't have any, yeah, there's the news, Redine. All right. Try posting an original video, but it didn't gain much traction. No, it won't gain any traction. That's fine. Don't let it gain traction. It's fine. Let all these newspapers. By the way, the IOL got punked again. Ladies and gentlemen, the IOL got punked by being fed an altered video about Ronaldo, which they posted and called Ronaldo a racist. It's in print. They called him that publicly, damaged his reputation, damaged his career, damaged his life, brought probably death threats against him. They did that, and they have not admitted that they played an altered video. And then they doubled down when they reported about Andile, about him being people trying to get him out. They mentioned Ronaldo again and called him a racist again. They are just digging. That spade I had there when I was fixing the potholes? They need that. I mean, give that spade to the IOL, because today they got punked again. Yesterday, the IOL says, internal sources not supposed to speak to the public have revealed to us that the canoe is over. The DA has been unreasonable and it's fallen apart. The DA and the ANC have given up. There is no canoe. Strangely enough, the news I'm going to report today is from Propaganda 24 of all places, and the Daily Maverick, and a host of other media outlets saying that there will be a deal. The DA and the ANC will work it out. The inside sources have told them that. So once again, the Independent Online is not very independent. They got punked again. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Ashton Kutcher's working in the media space in South Africa because they're punking the IOL. Punking the IOL. I'm telling you, man, it's hilarious. It is. This is what's going on with the editors at the IOL at this moment.
Going to my mind's going blank now.
What the hell is happening? My mind's going blank now. That's what's going on at the Independent Line. They got punked again. Oh my goodness. Less said is better. Yep. All right, Samantha Brown. Carl Brown, welcome to you. Or Samantha Holm. Carl Brown, welcome to you. All right, where are we at here? Sick of racist trolls. Agreed 100%. Good example of the lie going around the world before the truth can put its pants on. Exactly, Redeem. Yep, that's also the reality. I'm sorry, you're white and also a colonizer. I haven't colonized anything except my gut biome. Bring out the reindeer and just start streaming. No, Arctic, bad advice. People always look for problems, will always find problems. Anything. Exactly. Everything falls short. I am the strongest critic of my performance. For instance, most people have loved the audiobooks that I read for Sandy, the Mama's Magical Quest, the 3 books that I read, one at the Vol Triangle, the second one at Gordon's Bay, and the third one at Zorgfleet in the mountains just east of Stellenbosch. Those 3 books, which I recorded and published as audiobooks, a lot of people complimented me and said they were really well done. I thought I did okay. I'm my own worst legitimate critic. So some people are always shooting for perfection, but I don't apply those rules to anyone else. They're just for me. I expect nothing but the best out of myself. All right. Geez, even an innocent comment on a news channel gets some really nasty attack. Yep. Stay strong, they're telling Ronaldo. Biden handlers are saying he will not back down. Good. Keep going, Joe. Go, Joe. Go, Joe. Go, Joe. Yeah, come on. Galloping Granny, I'm a little late, but better late than never. That's true. You can always watch from the beginning if you want. Derek Duprier, good to see you again. What else we got here? Petra says, hey, Almal fun hula. Yeah. Will the DA support Ronaldo in court and pay for his lawyers? I wouldn't hold my breath on that, folks. That's why he needs your support. We did this yesterday or the other day. If anyone wants to do that, let me see if I can find it. I've got so many downloads here. Just give me a second here. I haven't made a thing in my... Where's that? Come on. The thing's here somewhere. Oh, no, it's here. Where's it at? Boy, I do a lot of video work here. It's amazing. There it is. Wow, it took a few minutes there. Give me a second here, folks, and I'll bring this one up. Okay. So this is for the attorney. If anyone wants to help out, we had an update yesterday. It was like 8,500 Rand after the Backup Buddy proved what illegitimate actors they are, their shameful behavior. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Anyone that wants to help out in Ronaldo's case with legal costs, you can donate. There's the information. It's Criminal Incorporated, the attorneys there. It's an ABSA bank account, the branch code, and the account number, and I'll zoom that up. And make sure you put the reference Ronaldo Jos on there so that it gets to the right place. There you go. So if you want to help out, you should be able to read that now. That's a bit larger. Civil lawsuits are extremely costly and it's a 2-year process. Exactly, Chris. I haven't watched any debate because I can't handle watching Biden. Yeah, Biden is a disaster. Actually, sad I missed the get-together in P to miss both of you, Ronaldo, at the same time. Yeah, we were both there. It was pretty good. Ronaldo, a nice defamation lawsuit. Yeah, lots of them, Mark, lots of them, but it takes a lot of money. Yep. Don't you think that it's making Joe look bad? And I bet many other leaders looked at this debate and also realized they now have power over Joe. They've always had power over Joe. Biden has never been running this country. Patrick, thank you for membership. Patrick says, muy, 28 months. Screenshot the info. There you go. All right, so let's go, Brandon. Indeed. All military officers expect profession. Okay, maybe not in the Army. Oh, you slay me, Mr. Pilot, with your not so funny comment. What's this? Wow. You were so busy, we thought we'd give you a chance next time you come to Feldriff. Yes, Petra, I didn't come to Feldriff. I would like to get back up the West Coast again next time, but there just wasn't time this time. There's a lot. I didn't see Giselle this time. I didn't see the Forum for Democrats this time. I didn't see a number of people, but I did see some new people. But I didn't see Sightlanders. But now, 100 days, this might be a risk to America. There's no risk. The country will function without a government. Trust me. It'll function just fine without a government. Anyway, let's get back to the news finally. That's what everybody tuned in for. We're now 40 minutes into it, and I did do some news at the beginning, but it's time to do a little bit more news. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hit the like button. We've gone over 100. We got a little bit of super chat revenue. Thank you for that. Quintessential Organic says, Biden was a joke last night. He said he's a 6 handicap. I missed that. Look, folks, I did a video on this. I literally fell asleep. I mean, it's unbelievable. I fell asleep. I recorded. I listened to the audio of gruesome Gavin Newsom, and then, of course, James, the race hustler Clyburn, and then Joe himself. It was just sad. I loved it. Trump came back. Now, look, the media is attacking Trump, saying he lied about a bunch of stuff, but that's their opinion. They're not stating factually or proving how he lied. But Trump did kind of not answer some of the questions thrown to him because he said, okay, I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to respond to what he just said. Because Biden's like, well, of course inflation was low because Trump destroyed the economy. Unemployment was 40%. He said that, 40% or something like that. No, it wasn't. Unemployment was under 4% when Trump left office. And he's talking about the 40 million jobs, that artificial consequence of the fraudulent shutdown of the country. Arctic says, you didn't see me, but I saw you. Why? Were you at Linwood Bridge too? Buttery Gold. How is our beautiful Giselle and his intro singer doing? I haven't heard back. I wrote to them. I was supposed to meet with them in Pretoria, but that never happened. Time was tight. So my golf is my handicap. Watch the debate. Biden is hilarious, man. My mind's going blank. Okay, the news. We did promise to get the news. Here we go. All right, so we already did this. So here's the lead story I opened up with, folks. The Supreme Court of the United States has struck down the misuse of a Sarbanes-Oxley provision for destroying documents, and it was misused to put people in prison for up to 20 years, and it ain't going to fly. So that is over and done and dusted. 350 people affected, many already in jail, could be released or have their jail sentences reduced. Yep, writing for Majority Chief Justice John Roberts said the government's broad reading of the statute would give prosecutors too much discretion to seek a 20-year maximum for acts Congress saw fit to punish only with far shorter terms of imprisonment. Now, supposed supposed conservative Amy Coney Barrett was in dissent. She joined the leftist Sonia Sotomayor, and Elaine Kagan, the reliably leftist. So it should have been a 7-2 decision, but Amy Coney Barrett, the person we all stood up for, once again proves what a fraud she is and not a conservative. Cyril Ramaphosa has announced the opening of South Africa's parliament, and it will be on Mandela Day in July. Wow, just around the corner, folks. President Ramaphosa has called a joint sitting of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces for the opening of Parliament on July 18th. Obviously, they'll have to do this at Cape Town International Convention Center because the Parliament was burned to the ground due to the negligence and malfeasance of the ruling African National Congress over 2 years ago. Yes. He'll outline priorities for the 7th administration. The opening of Parliament coincides with the UN-declared Nelson Mandela International Day, which marks Madiba's birthday. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, the only member of the cabinet on that date is likely to be Cyril Ramaphosa, so it should be entertaining. Might go a little bit faster. However, the Democratic Alliance and the angry, naughty children are still in talks despite a dispute over cabinet post. Yeah, what's the lady in there in the middle? That's Siviwe Gwaruba, with the large screen dress on. I saw her at the James Self memorial service at the Kirschenbos Botanical Gardens while I was in Cape Town. There you go. Elon Musk has 12 children. Wow, they're just multiplying like rabbits. So, Gauteng principal has been fired after a school bought KFC and other items for vouchers that were intended for books. This is how ANC government officials behave. They spend money, misuse it. Catherine Narendra, the headmistress of the Kwanele Primary School in Katahong in Gauteng's East Rand, lost her bid for reinstatement. Yes, after it was agreed that she be sanctioned or dismissed. And she was dismissed. Wow. The school spent, according to the court, they were issued 35 vouchers for value of 178,183 Rand. And they used it to buy KFC and lawn chairs and all kinds of other things. Wow, 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 wow. Mismanagement of funds is a criminal act, and hopefully they'll be prosecuted for the misconduct because that money was meant to buy school books for children. Once again, the ANC trying to keep the students dumb so they can't think critically. Just horrible. News 24 reports, contrary to the punked independent line, that a deal will be made. A deal will be found between the ANC and the DA as Ramaphosa and Steenhuisen met today to mend the cracks in the government of national unity. A crucial meeting between ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa and DA leader John Steenhuisen this afternoon could see both parties finding each other after the government of national unity negotiations hit another brick wall. Steenhuisen confirmed to News 24 that talks were ongoing despite the tug of war. Negotiations are ongoing. It's a process DA is committed to finding a fair deal that leads to a stable government in which DA can play a meaningful role. Well, there you go. The death of the GNU, much exaggerated by the IOL. Who got punked? Ladies and gentlemen, South Africa sadly remains on the gray list because it is a transit place for terrorist financing. Yep. The Financial Action Task Force has not removed South Africa from the gray list. The watchdog says South Africa must still show it can investigate and prosecute complex financial crimes, which it cannot, and is unwilling to do it. South Africa's been working to fix shortcomings in its money laundering and terrorist financing framework for 16 months. But here's the thing. South Africa's been a terrorist financing hub for 25 years. 25 years at least. So they've gotten away with a free ride, no longer a free ride. The ANC's Kubai says the DA is committing criminal transgressions. Yes, the Mail and Guardian reports ANC's Kubaya says the DA cabinet demands are unlawful. Yes, they're asking for too much about directors and it's not legal. I don't know about that. We're going to need an opinion from a court on that one. I don't think she's a qualified jurist on that one. A judge has slammed the government for saying that under 30 black South Africans are not historically disadvantaged. Gosh, the truth really burns people short, doesn't it? Yep. The Office of State Attorney, which is responsible for managing all government litigation, has been repeatedly chastised by the courts and is currently the subject of a long-running special investigation unit probe. The Hawks. The Hawks. Yeah. A judge has ruled the state attorney's classification of black advocates under the age of 30 as not being historically disadvantaged was unconstitutional. What? How can it be unconstitutional to tell the truth? Clearly, the law is wrong. The cumulative and multi-generational economic, social, and educational consequences of apartheid. Really? So black folks can't get ahead. Then why is Tokyo Sexuality so rich? Why is Cyril Ramaphosa so wealthy? Why is Patrice Motsepe a billionaire? Black people can't get ahead. Why are all the judges black? Why are all the heads of ministries black except for Barbara Creasy? Because black South Africans can't get ahead. Multi-generational bullshit. total horse manure, racist discrimination against minorities, white, colored, and Indian. Unjust, immoral, and invalid. Case closed. Next. Not being defined as historically disadvantaged individual meant black advocates under the age of 30 would automatically lose 10 of 100 points allocated to counsel who fell within the terms. So you get 10 extra points based on a tan, based on skin pigmentation. And you think that's right and just and moral? Really? Really? How do you get a better attorney because you get an artificial advantage? How do you get a better surgeon, a heart surgeon, a thoracic surgeon, a brain surgeon, a neurologist, a dentist, an orthodontist? You don't. You corrupt society with your racist ways, your racist rules, your racist laws. It's just pure racism. And it's inspired by hatred. There is a way to balance the scales for those who are disadvantaged. It's called grants. It's called proper functioning public education and infrastructure. Then people have a fair opportunity. I am a case in point of someone who came from abject poverty and rose out of it, despite my unfortunate skin condition of being pale. Well, Carl Brown, the scale of organized crime may be your biggest concern, but we're less concerned about your organized crime and more concerned about the financing that funds terrorists. That's why you're graylisted. People don't care about your crime in South Africa. You're not graylisted for that. You're graylisted because of the terrorism. Well, Namibia will be building a second desalination plant, something that came about back in 1998, if I recall correctly, and they're finally getting off their duff to do it. Neighboring Namibia said drought-prone Namibia, currently facing its worst drought in over a century, will start constructing its long-awaited second desalination plant in January of next year. Wow, the project's been in the cards since 1998. Companies from Australia, Canada, and Russia are rushing for a share of Namibia's uranium industry, but that really has little to do with the water. Sources say they've reached their limit, supplying just under 30 million cubic meters of water per year, and this one will add production. Very much needed in Namibia, whose population is bursting at the seams. A country that had just over 1 million people, and Independence has almost 3 million now. The chair of the NATO Military Committee attended the African Chiefs Defense Conference in Botswana, which just ended 2 days ago. From June 24th to 26th, the chair of the NATO Military Committee, Admiral Rob Bauer, attended the Africa Command African Chiefs Defense Conference in Botswana, where he delivered a speech on security, governance, and partnerships. It was organized by the U.S. Africa Command and brought together top military leaders from across Africa to exchange knowledge, encourage partnerships, and foster collaboration in security. Yep. So, for anyone who loses their mind, this happens every year. I've attended several of them. There's nothing untoward about it. Done one in Malawi, done one in Virginia. Yeah. The United States denies ludicrous claims from the kleptocracy of Zimbabwe, trying to deflect from its thieving, that the U.S. is setting up military bases in Zambia. Once again, pure poppycock. U.S. denies Zimbabwe's claim it is militarizing Zambia. The head of the U.S. Africa Command denied yesterday claims by Zimbabwean government officials that Washington is setting up a military base in neighboring Zambia and wants to move AFRICOM operations from Germany to there. Yeah, once again, how stupid are these African morons that come up with this horse shit? They really are dumbasses. They're about as bright as a 2-watt light bulb. And let me explain why. Who in their right mind would put U.S. Africa Command in Africa? I've talked about this endlessly. I've been published on this. I've written articles on this. I've given public lectures on this. I've also informed U.S. government officials who were dumb as a box of rocks too because they didn't know any better about this, including general officers. Ladies and gentlemen, the only U.S. combatant command that resides in its AOR, in its region, outside U.S. soil, before the creation of Africa Command, was the U.S. European Command, a legacy of the Second World War. The U.S. European Command is headquartered in Stuttgart, Germany, has been there since its creation, before we had combatant commands, part of the Unified Specified Commands, a global regional command. It once had 78 countries under its command, including all of Africa, most of Africa, except for the islands and the Horn of Africa, which went to CENTCOM and PACOM, which is now U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. Why in the world would we put a command in Africa? For what? These people are morons. They have no understanding what this command is. It isn't a place with 18-year-old Marines and tanks and fighter planes and helicopters and ships. No. It's an administrative building in which people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who are worried about putting their kids through university and prostate cancer and the retirement planning are directing operations and getting funding and justifying funding and working with partners. That's what it is. That can be run from a warehouse in Kentucky. That can be run from my backyard if they put up a facility large enough and a classified data processing center right here in central Pennsylvania. The only reason it wound up in Germany was happenstance, because they took the deputy, because they had no more officer positions when they created, from the U.S. European Command and put General Ward over as the commander, and that started. And they put them onto Kelly Barracks, which is largely vacant. It used to be the headquarters of the 7th Corps, which was deactivated after the Gulf War. The facility sat largely empty for 20 years until U.S. Africa, 15 years till Africa Command came along and occupied them. Why would they go to Africa? Can you imagine this? The first operational mission when it moves is to evacuate its own headquarters. What a bunch of dumb as a box of rots morons. You know, there's a track record. It's like Trump will start a war. Trump has a track record. He was president. He did things. So you're speaking out your backside like you got flatulence if you say something. And it's the same thing with Africa Command. Utter nonsense. I'm so sick of this garbage. So sick of it. These people are dumb as a box of rocks. Dingbat doorknobs is what they are. They're just instigators, troublemakers who are as bright as nothing. Stupid. Kenya rocked by fresh protest, as I warned when Ruto caved to the protesters. He's inviting more chaos. This man's presidency may end soon through a popular uprising. Kenya rocked by fresh protest despite the cowardly president's U-turn over the tax bill. Police in Kenya fired tear gas at protesters as a fresh wave of demonstrations swept the country despite William Ruto's U-turn on the controversial tax plans. Fresh protests dubbed the 1 Million People March began Thursday with demonstrators calling for roads leading to the capital to be blockaded. Wow. So when you give in to leftist demands, this is what happens, or populist demands. You should not do it. Sudan. Where's the ANC? Where is the African National Congress? They're concerned about genocide in Israel and starving hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, but millions of starving black Sudanese don't get their attention. Isn't that strange? I guess they don't care about black folks. United Nations report has found that severe food shortages have spread to 14 regions across Sudan, including previously unaffected areas. More than half the country's population faces crisis or worse conditions. Wow. After 14 months of conflict, 750,000 people are on the brink of starvation. Not hungry, starvation. The devastating civil war is pushing the country towards full-blown famine, according to the United Nations report. Where is the ANC? Where is the African Union? They're so concerned about minorities and oppression of people of color. Doesn't get more pressing than being starved to death, does it now? But the hypocritical African National Congress, which doesn't give two flying flips about any black people or brown people, and they certainly don't care about white people, all they care about is caters. Silent on Sudan, silent on Myanmar, silent on communist China and its oppression of a Muslim minority. Oh, they love Muslims in Gaza, but they don't give two shits about Muslims in Myanmar or China. That's the truth. Hypocrites. Mark Sayre says, why didn't the apartheid government give me a house for electricity and grants? Well, it gave a lot of people a house for electricity and grants, just not everybody. Well, the 64th anniversary of Somalia's birthday. What a false start that's been. There you go. Internal division at Mars, Somalia's 64th birthday. Somalia, an impoverished nation in the Horn of Africa, began celebrating 65 years of independence, though it comes amid a backdrop of division and pivotal security transition. Independence Week is celebrated from June 26th to July 1st to honor the 1960 union of British and Italian Somaliland. Paved the way for united Somalia in hopes of progress and prosperity. Progress and prosperity, two things that are alien to the culture of the ever-squabbling Somalis who can't get along with their own family. At least 20 soldiers, one civilian killed in western Niger after the idiotic military putschists chased the Americans out of there. Well, when you find out you can't get the intelligence from the drones that were being provided and more of your soldiers die, it is on the conscience of the cowards who overthrew a democratically elected government. 3 days of national mourning after deadly ambush of security forces in a rebel-hit region. At least 20 soldiers and one civilian were killed in an attack by armed groups in western Niger. Ministry announced 3 days of national mourning starting Wednesday, so it ended today. Soldiers killed dozens of fighters while defending themselves. Aerial and ground reinforcements were being deployed to track down the rest of the attackers. There you go. And here's a photo purportedly against U.S. military presence in Agadez. Well, good. Let's leave. And let's just destroy the $115 million airbase we built there since you can't maintain it. You don't want us there? Fine. Just die without us. That's your future. Japan and the Philippines are trying to finish a defense pact before signing in Manila as alarm continues to grow over the Chinese communists. Top defense and foreign affairs officials in Japan and the Philippines will meet in Manila next month to strengthen strategic ties and discuss regional concerns over the Chi-Coms. A bloc is forming in the Pacific against China. It's everybody except North Korea against China. Vietnam, Australia, the Philippines, Indonesia, South Korea, the United States, Japan, all forming an alliance against China. Japan is signaling that it may prop up its yen after it fell to a 38-year low. Why couldn't it fall into a 38-year low when I went to the World Cup in 2019? It would have been a lot less expensive, eh? Oh, man. Yebo, I could have used a much better dollar against the rand. Now it drops. No World Cup. Damn. 5 years too late. Japanese Finance Minister Shinichi Suzuki says authorities are watching the slide with sense of urgency. Japan has signaled may intervene to prop up the yen. Rapid, one-sided moves are undesirable. In particular, we're deeply concerned about the effect on the economy. We're watching moves with a high sense of urgency, analyzing the factors behind the moves, and will take necessary actions. Japanese finance chief made his comments after the yen weakened to 160 against the dollar, its lowest level since 1986. Damn, what the hell? Why couldn't it be that low when I was there? It was like 100, 105, not 160. Russia has warned it will shoot down NATO drones attacking U.S. They've already done that to one of our Reapers back in March of 2023. Russia warns it can take unspecified measures in response to U.S. drone flights over the Black Sea. In international airspace, by the way. Russia's defense minister ordered officials to prepare to respond to U.S. drone flights over the Black Sea and an apparent warning that Moscow may take forceful action to ward off American reconnaissance aircraft. It shows an increased involvement of the U.S. and other NATO countries in the conflict in Ukraine on the side of the Kiev regime. Yep, you may remember March of 2023, a Russian Su-27 Sukhoi fighter jet damaged an MQ-9 Reaper, and it crashed into the Black Sea, and the Russians recovered our technology because the idiots flying it didn't destroy it properly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Business Insider reports that Russia is losing 1,000 soldiers a day. That seems implausible. That would mean that 365,000 Russians would die in combat this year. Seems very unlikely that this is a reliable figure. Sustaining high casualties in attacks in Ukraine. Around 1,000 Russian troops a day were killed or wounded, according to official publication. UK military intelligence put the casualty rate at 1,200 a day. Said it's the highest reported since the start of the war. Said the total number of killed or wounded since the launch invasion now stood at 500,000. Yeah, that seems very implausible. Very implausible. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have missed it, but a large asteroid, one just passed, and now another one is coming between the Earth and Moon. Only discovered earlier this month. Earth is surrounded by rocky bodies and bits of debris when the solar system formed. On Saturday, one of those leftover rocks will whiz past Earth. Asteroid called 24MK, and at its closest, it will pass roughly 290,000 kilometers from Earth. There you go. This is big. It's a large asteroid. Wow. So its closest point, just 290,000 kilometers closer to Earth than the Moon is. Better pay attention, folks. Have we just witnessed the end of the Biden presidency? According to the New York Post, that's what's going on. We've just witnessed the end of the Biden presidency with this sham debate. Millions witnessed the end of the presidency live on television. According to the New York Post, Joe Biden's performance during the debate was embarrassing. Whenever CNN put him up on the split screen, he had a 1,000-yard stare. He didn't look old. He looked ancient. He looked empty. Indeed, Joe Biden is an empty vessel, and it's not surprising they looked empty. So, meanwhile, CNN says Biden's disastrous debate pitches his reelection bid into crisis. Look at John King there, looking all frightened and scared about what's going on. Joe Biden has damaged his presidential election bid, and the next polls will probably see Donald Trump thumping Biden even more. According to Al Jazeera, U.S. presidential debate, Biden struggles and Trump deflects. And I think that's a fair statement. Trump did deflect, and a little bit that I was conscious for, not falling asleep. Yep, there you go. Look at face on Trump. Young Republicans presidential debate watch on June 27th. Biden effectively ended his hopes. Well, Biden will speak at a voter rally after a stumbling debate performance, according to the BBC. He'll speak in North Carolina after he struggled to put two words together last night. Fox News, of course, which could be expected to say something negative, says that Biden's disastrous debate performance sparks media meltdown and calls for him to withdraw from the race. Wow, Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, and other useless gas bags from CNN. Oh, that's actually MSNBC, excuse me. President Biden's rough performance in CNN presidential debate has caused an earthquake across media landscape, ranging from dismal reviews to vocal calls for him to leave the race, to walk out of the race. Joe, are you going to leave, buddy? Is Joe going to leave? Well, more news from the Supreme Court, folks, which has struck down a precedent that is 40 years old, which allowed the government agencies a lot of latitude to decide what they could go after. That has been struck down. The Chevron precedent is gone. 1984 precedent gave federal bureaucrats flexibility to interpret the law whenever they felt they could. In a ruling involving a challenge to a fisheries regulation, the court consigned to history a 1984 ruling called Chevron versus Natural Resource Defense Council. Chevron is overruled, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in the majority opinion. Of course, Elena Kagan once again dissented that a longstanding precedent, the crux of administrative governance, thus falls victim to a bald assertion of judicial authority. That's just comical. That's just comical. It was an unjust judgment, and it's been overturned. Judge Cannon has decided that she's ordered a hearing for Trump to challenge the Mar-a-Lago search. Wow. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon said Thursday that she will hold a hearing for Donald Trump's lawyers to challenge some of the evidence gathered against him for alleged mishandling of classified documents and obstructing government efforts to retrieve them. Why shouldn't she? We've already seen that the FBI planted evidence in an effort to incriminate Donald Trump. The whole thing should be thrown out. There's no legitimacy to this case whatsoever. Special Operations Commander has been removed from command after allegedly choking a woman and a child. The commander of an Air Force Special Operations Squadron in Florida, I'm going to guess this is Hurlburt Field, yes, has been fired from his role after being arrested on charges related to domestic violence, including choking his wife and a child. Lieutenant Colonel Brent Bing, commander of the 19th Special Operations Squadron at Hurlburt Field, was booked into the Santa Rosa County Jail Sunday on charges of abuse of a child, obstructing justice, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of domestic battery by strangulation, all felonies. He was removed from the command the following day. The 44-year-old entered active duty in 2007 as commander of the 19th Operations Squadron. He oversaw the training school for the AC-130 Hotel, the AC-130 uniform, and the MC-130 Echo aircraft. He served in that role for roughly a month before being removed from command. He had received decorations such as Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Air Force Commendation, Meritorious Service Medal, yada, yada, yada. We're aware of the situation regarding the allegations about and the arrest of Lieutenant Colonel Bing, and the Air Force is cooperating fully with local authorities. Incident is under investigation by local law enforcement and no doubt by Air Force Office of Special Investigations. Israel and Hamas rallies are overshadowing Pride events. Yep. Pro-Palestinian protesters have blocked Pride marches in several cities across the country, including Boston, Philadelphia, and Denver. Did the Palestinians not get the message? It's gays for Gaza! Hey, gays for Gaza! Gays for Gaza! Do you know the Muffin Man? He was in the parade. That's right, for Gays for Gaza. But the Gays for Gaza isn't good enough for the Gazans. They don't want the Gays for Gaza there. They're interrupting Pride Month. They're interrupting Pride Month. What a shame. We warned the gays who were for Gaza. In Boston, hostile clashes with police broke out during the city's annual Pride March on June 8th, leading to the arrest of 3 protesters. Rainbow flags typically go unrivaled at the nation's LGBTQ pride marches, but this year another symbol is displayed an outsized role in the annual celebration, the Palestinian flag. So let me ask this question. People who are conservative, who are anti-gay, who go and carry American flags and destroy gay flags, gay pride flags, why are they prosecuted, but the Palestinians can attack gay pride parades across America and no one puts them in jail for their hateful, homophobic behavior? Dual standard. Ladies and gentlemen, Pennsylvania has one of the 3 dirtiest cities in America. Not Philadelphia. Reading, Pennsylvania is listed as one of the 3 dirtiest cities in America. Can you believe that? Oof. Number 1 dirtiest, of course, is in California. Yep. Lawn Starter, a company which strives to partner with top professionals to bring the best service possible, did this survey. The country's 500 biggest cities are graded on these metrics, along with relevant factors such as air quality, overcrowded houses, access to public bathrooms, share of residents who find city dirty and untidy. And in third place, none other than Reading, Pennsylvania, Berks County. 33% of the city's residents claim to be dissatisfied with pollution, and 100% supposedly find Reading to be dirty and untidy. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been to Reading, Pennsylvania, and I can concur. It's a very dirty city. And there you have it. There you have it. Reading, Pennsylvania, one of the dirtiest cities in America. Right down the road. All right, let me get back to the chat. I've missed the chat in a while here. And that's the news for today. Be sure to hit the like button. Don't run off. Okay, good example of why around the world. Okay, that's where we're at. Samantha Holmes is there. Vanna Kruger. Light rain half an hour ago. Biden handlers. Okay, got that already. Petra Myberg. Allison, I hope these character assassins will get their day in court. Yeah, well, there's a lot of them out there. I don't think there's enough time to prosecute all of them. Petra is there. Okay. Okay, Carl Brown. I already got that already. PK. We already Patrick. Okay, so now we're catching up. You were so busy. Okay, there. Okay. Carl Brown. Oh, that's when Arctic saw me. And else. Elin has 12 children. I forgot about that. Heard some stomach noises. I didn't hear that during debate. ANC's picks 2 ANC. Nothing Mandela said about an economy or education happened. Anything he said is past or future. Money spent so badly to wonder that green dress is so big. It's a joke. I don't think the A is the best, but I voted for them because I just want politicians to do their bloody jobs. There you go, PK. Carl Brown says the scale of organized crime in South Africa is such that terrorist funding is the least of our worries. Yep. SACP, I already read that one. Latest, okay. Amen, says Joe. Okay, I'm catching Mark. Why didn't the apartheid government give me a house? I already read that one. Boy, I thought I went back way too far. Isn't Haiti waiting for Kenya to lead UN force there? Carl, the Kenyans are there. The Kenya police finally showed up after a court case trying to stop their deployment and some logistical issues. The Kenya police are in Haiti. They're first part of a 2,500 police force contingent. Yeah, and they're not going to stop the crime. There's also nothing about the ongoing ethnic cleansing in the northern provinces of Nigeria. Nope, there isn't, Carl. Nothing about the herder and the pastoralists and sedentary farmers dispute, the kidnappings, the murders of Christians. None of that makes the news. I'm about the only person on the planet that actually talks about that on a broadcast. Yep. ANC still trying to understand the document they signed. Give him a break. Brendan says, happy Friday. The debate between Trump was very interesting. Biden looked confused. He always looks. Stephanie Hudson Michael's back. There you go. America needs change. Yeah, we need change, all right. They'll be treated better, sis. Okay, wow. Let us not lose our rocks, too, says Debbie. Francois von der Westhuizen, third rock from the sun. Yeah. It's more likely that people from North Korea will escape. Stephanie, that asteroid is close. 290,000 kilometers is very close to Earth. Yep. Ludwig Schur is here. Galvin Grammy. Got to go. Sorry to see you go. Biden was forced to leave. Who will be the candidate? Gruesome Gavin Newsom is one of the most likely candidates to be drafted at a brokering convention by the Demon Rats. Pennsylvanians are set the bar high for cleanliness. Reading must be an average city, says James. Well, thank you. Thanks for the Kenya response. You're welcome, Carl. My mind is on Obama emerging as Democratic candidate. He's mediating between Biden and Kamala. Well, he can be a candidate, but he can't serve as president. He's already served 2 terms. It's illegal. Yep, so there you go. All right, so there you go, folks. That's a little. Boy, can't believe we've only been at this for an hour. Can you believe that? An hour? It seems like we've been at this a lot longer. It is 1 o'clock here on the East Coast, and it would make it 7:08 in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Swaziland, Eswatini, and Lesotho. Olk Fenter, good evening to you. Reading is cleaner than most South African cities, that's for sure. But it's not a clean city. I've been there, not the prettiest places. It's because the world has turned on its head. Sexualizing children, big farmers creating goat geese. Okay. Pro-Palestinians are linked to a protected group. The police can't arrest them because it would be racist. Monkeypox. Seen a few hospital videos. Monkeypox is not a problem unless you're part of a specific group of people who are the ones who are getting affected. It would be men having sex with men. That is who is overwhelming the people being affected by monkeypox. That's what the CDC reports. That's not misinformation, it's a statement of fact. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyway. Are we changing it to simian pox? Is that the name now? Debbie says, enjoy going into Teams call with my son. So, night. Okay, Debbie, cheers. Have a good night. Say hi to your son. Yep. California has very dirty cities. California's filthy, especially Los Angeles. That's why I didn't go to the 7s out there. Yeah, this isn't bad. This ginger ale, raspberry, and lemonade. Yes, Chris, that's what it is. Almost dinner time, says Marilyn. Well, damn, Marilyn, don't tell me that. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I'm kind of hungry myself. Going to do some reading. This morning I was up at 2 because my internal clock is set for South Africa. So I woke up and the debate was replaying. So I fell asleep with the TV on and it was replaying. So I watched a bit of it and it really cured my insomnia. So then I made a couple videos. After I made the videos, I did a little gaming, played Medieval 2, whatever it is, and also played Hearts of Iron 3 this morning for a bit. So just taking a break. Excuse me. My goodness. China. Oh, gosh. Kevin Morris, how's it going? How you doing there? I haven't seen you on there for a while yet. Milk tart for pudding. Ugh, not my cup of tea. Erica's back from her meal. There you go. See, I've been on so long, she's back from dinner. Anyway, folks, yeah, so it is Friday, and it's a lovely Friday. Beautiful weather here. Boy, I'm telling you, it's only like 70-some degrees outside. Absolutely gorgeous. Marilyn says, yum for the milk tart. Not my cup of tea, folks, but I do like the muffins. You know the Muffin Man? Yeah, Father Christmas, the Muffin Man, all kinds of rolls. Anyway, you guys can't see it, but I did trim my mustache. Why? It's the best. Well, that's a matter of opinion. How's the solar going? Well, my solar's doing very, very well, but I'm still not getting the 8 kilowatts per max that I'm supposed to be getting, and these clowns who installed it still aren't answering my messages, so not happy about that. I bought new tires for my car. Woo, that was painful to bend over and take it in the backside for that one. But given the rate of inflation for everything else, the tires really are about the same price they were last time I put them on 6 years ago, so that's not so bad. Yep. But I had to put a new set of tires on my car because I put 6,000 miles on my car when I campaigned from January to April. And really worked down. Boy, there must be a lot of clouds out today because I'm only at about 5 kilowatts right now and only 14 for the day. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. It's still early. Yeah, but for the month, I've eclipsed 1 megawatt. This is the first month of 1 megawatt. I almost got 1 megawatt last month at 977 kilowatts. This month is 1.09 megawatts, which represents almost 20% of the total electricity I've generated since they went in November. So June's been a very good month, as I would expect, because it's so sunny and warm here. So June, July, August, September should be good. Yeah, just keep it going. Yep. Lemon meringue tart rules. I've had lemon meringue. It's okay. Muffins are special. Yep. Enough of the Muffin Man, says Marilyn. Well, we could always go back to Ollie and Jerry.
For day one, I want...
Oh, I got an advert. What kind of crap is that? Right in the middle of a song. Who puts an advert right in the middle of a song? That's just dumb. Oh, it played the whole thing. That's why. I must have played all the way through. There's no stopping us. Ollie and Jerry, man, 1984 from Breaking. There's no stopping us. Malema, what is Malema bread? Patrick gave a 14 Rand super chat. Thank you for that. And since Arctic never did super chat, we're going to keep ringing the bell. Oh, man. Yeah, anyway, so I did some videos this morning. Oh, banana bread. Thank you for that. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, yeah, so I didn't get that. Oh, wow. We just hit a milestone, a threshold, 17,400 subscribers. Thank you for that, folks. We picked up almost 2,000 subscribers now since I went to South Africa. Stephanie Michael's going to bed. Oh, come on, man. People are knocking off way too early. What's going on with that? Have a good night there, Stephanie. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. They really itch if they bite. Just saying. Anyway, where the heck is my folder at here? I'm trying to save this. Everything's out of order. There we go. Got it. And just got to go down here. There we go. Boom. All right. So 17,400. Thank you all for that. And I just wanted to look at the videos and see how we're doing on the ones we did earlier. Nice. One like the pox. Okay. The one I did about the potholes, that's, whoa, that's loud. Thank you for the super chat there, Patrick. That's over 4,000 views. I got 27 subscribers from that video I did this morning. There's Arctic. And I did promise Arctic I would not. Oh, that's a pretty cheap super chat. It's 50 cents, brother. But I won't ring the bell for Arctic's. The Boeing bell. Boeing can't afford any bells or whistles. 4,100 views on the video I did this morning. I'm actually surprised. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 27 views, 27 subscribers. Thanks for that. Peaches and custard, yeah. So, and then the one I did about Marshall Delaney, that guy's getting off. It's only got 871 views. So, is that right? Let me refresh it. Even the EFF can't draw views these days. That's pretty sad. You can draw more flies than you can EFF views. A Pep store special. I don't like Pep. It smells like rubber. Top companies that employ South Africans are national. Yeah, well, PK, I read that yesterday 8 of the top 10 or 7 of the top 10 companies are all foreign nationals. Yet South Africans think that they can survive with autarky and that they do not have to have foreign indirect investment. Well, feel free. By the way, my shirt is meant to piss off the supremacist out there, so that hurts our feelings because it says, where's that? Die Land behut an jou. Die Land behut an jou. Yep, there you go. Okay, bring the Airbus bell and we can talk euros. Yeah, there you go. Millions will lose a job. That's correct. And there's the Arctics 9 Rand super chat. No bell for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, millions will lose their job. Not tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands. Millions of South Africans lose their job before direct investment pulled out. More likes and viewers. That's just because we had more viewers earlier. How are we doing on this stream? Let me see how many people have tuned in thus far. Excuse me, that ginger ale is giving me a little burpee there. This stream has had 562. That's all? That seems odd. Yeah, 562 people. That's how many people have tuned in so far on the program. All right. We're having apple crumble. Ooh, that's good. Your Afrikaans is priceless. What did I say? It was Afrikaans. I don't think I read anything Afrikaans. Who wants land when you do not have jobs? Exactly. What are you going to do with the land? You're going to farm the 87% of South Africa that is not arable? Maybe if you put goats and sheep out there. Yep, that'd be about all it comes. It's because the world has turned on its head through. All right, that's old. That's what's going on over here. Huh. That's not updated for a while. My chat hasn't updated over there for a while. That's really strange. Chat's not updating. Interesting. I'm going to reload that page and see what's going on. Anyway, well, thank you, Joe. Marek Protna for Kansny. Yep. So, yeah, farming is hard and costs lots of money. Hey, farming is hard, folks. It's absolutely difficult. Trust me. Miss Joking Atheist, and did we ever connect with Itchy Boots? Joking Atheist has been on here repeatedly recently, and Itchy Boots denied my request for an interview, so I've never connected with Itchy Boots. Then she blew me off. She said she was busy, and when she went back to Amsterdam and she wasn't busy, I wrote to her, and she just ignored me. So whatever. No one owes me anything. And when I pay my guests and they bail, then I'll sue them. But she was never my guest, so nothing. Most people just want jobs. Most people are traditionally conservative around the world. They want to live in peace. They want to raise their family. They want to raise their children under their values and worship their faith and be successful and enjoy a little downtime. Yep, that's what most people want around the world. Yep, was können wir sagen? Ja, vielleicht sollen wir jetzt die Barbaras Rababa gucken, singen. Ja? Barbara. Barbaras Rababara. Is it time for that? Barbara. Come on, is that dying off yet? Barbara. Come on. That should come out. Why is it not doing it? YouTube is not playing nice tonight. 2 million family members. Someone got 7 million views by doing the dance.
Ja, dieser Kuchen war geradezu bombastisch und die Nachfrage danach erstarkte drastisch. Barbara eröffnete noch im selben Jahr eine Bar und nannte sie Barbaras Rhabarberbar. In der Stadt gab es auch ein paar Barbaren, die hatten von Barbaras Rhabarberbar erfahren. Und da sie fortan jeden Tag bei Barbara waren, nannte man sie bald die Rhabarberbarbaren. Magische Erfahrung war Abracadabra.
Abracadabra, Barbara. Which other viewers do you want to interview? Viewers? That's not a viewer. Thanks for the update, says Kevin. You're welcome. Hey, Choco, what did I miss about the Trump-Joe debate? Ladies and gentlemen, I will replay last night's Joe Biden performance at the debate. You ready for this? Are you ready? Here, I'll give you a little bit of the audio from last night. This is from last night. Oh, my God. Here's Joe. And listen to Trump at the end. I call this Biden mumbles. Remember Dick Tracy's mumbles? This is Biden's mumbles. Here we go.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look.
What?
We finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
Joe Biden said we beat Medicare. Did we really? We beat Medicare? He's right. He beat Medicare to death. I need to get a buzzer that freaking buzzes people. I'm like, That's I'm going to get a buzzer. I'm going to order one of those. I got to get a buzzer, man. Or the Gong Show. Remember that? Gong. Oh, my goodness. Joe, what the hell is Joe on, man? The methamphetamine did not work last night. Oh, my goodness. Yes, the best way to make $1 million farming is to start with $1 million or start with 4 million. Yeah. Hey, Reinhardt. Used to see that all the time when I took the train to Cape Town. Can I unsee the bathing in the rivers? Oh, gross. I only see that. Yes, Joe Biden does sound pathetic. but listen to James Clyburn. James Clyburn telling us how black people aren't supporting Donald Trump.
I saw and felt zero support among black people for Donald Trump.
Say what?
So I have no idea who is being polled, but I don't believe for one moment that 19% of African-American men are going to vote for Donald Trump.
That's because you're an unrepentant racist, James Clyburn, unrepentant race hustler. That's why. That's why you don't believe for 1 second. You refuse to believe reality. The black men have had enough of the plantation and they're moving off of it. Good Lord. Good Lord. You have to love the way Trump is so blunt. Yeah, it's great. He's like, we beat Medicaid. You're right. He did beat Medicaid. He beat it up. Oh, my goodness. Too funny, too funny, too funny. By the way, folks, I picked up a couple more books yesterday, one of which is a tribute to, I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but George Herbert Walker Bush, who for a long time I was considered the best president in my lifetime, although I've changed my view on that. It's actually Reagan. George Herbert Walker Bush would have been the 100th anniversary of his birth. And so Robert Meacham did a book. It's a collector's book, and I picked it up at the discount place. They wanted way too much for it in the bookstore, so I got it for almost half. Well, not half, but about 40% off. Yes, James, farming is hard. We got it. Mike Adams wants to see O'Biden in his nappy. So, what is this? Okay. I don't know what you guys are writing about over here. I'm trying to keep track of it. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway. Rhubarb barba. That earworm is still going, man. Yep, that's still going. What's the motto for the state of Virginia? I have no idea, Slippery Pickle. Mottos, state mottos, capitals, mottos. Come on, Virginia state motto. Sic semper tyrannis. Oh, I did know that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants. Sorry, yeah, I actually did know that. I just forgotten it. Sic semper tyrannis. Yeah, I saw that, Mark. The best one was when Trump was asked to respond. He said, I can't because I have no idea what he just said. That was brilliant. Yes, they can replace Biden with another candidate scientist, but the problem is that those candidates aren't on the polls or aren't on the ballot. So you won't get the vote. So it's too late. They can do it at a broker convention, but states have already published their ballots, and most states aren't going to go back and change it because they had dates like Ohio. Joe Biden is not on the Ohio presidential ballot unless they come up with some solution for it because they violated the law. They didn't give the names to the Secretary of State in time to be put on the ballot. So most states have already begun printing their ballots up, and it's the ones who have already held the primaries have already begun printing the ballots up, and most states have held their primaries. So, in fact, let's take a look at that. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get the total here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, come on. This is stupid. 270 to win. That's not the one I'm looking for. Trump has 2,231 delegates. Nikki Haley, 97. And Biden has 3,864 or 61. That's because the Democrats have a lot more delegates. So we still have so all the primaries are over now. New York's held its. So the GOP convention is July 15th, 18th, and Democratic is 19 and 22 August. Yep. Yeah, so that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the New York Times one. That one's pretty good. Let me see. Where the heck is the New York Times? It usually comes up here and it's not. Okay, so let's go with that one. Yeah, here we go. So delegate tracker. Yeah, Trump, Biden. So uncommitted 37. That was funny. It was 3,900 for Biden now, not 3,800. So that site was out of date. Yeah. So it's all over. Montana, they not done theirs? Yeah, Montana's done as well. So all the states are done. So Trump won them all, except for the District of Columbia and Vermont, which went to Nikki Haley. She got one more vote. So Trump got 48 states. Yep. So there you have it. Anyway. Yeah, I think they'll replace him with Gavin Newsom. I think that's the top pick. It's not going to be Michelle Obama. It can't be Barry Obama. He's already served 2 terms. Amabulu, The Birth and Death of Second America paperback. Harry Boyson's. Okay, Mark. I'm not familiar with that. People have the power and they need to realize that. Well, they don't. Someone said this was worse than the JFK-Nixon debate, but both of those candidates were definitely better than Biden. Yeah, there's no comparison. The Nixon and JFK debate was fine. It's just that Nixon tubed his presidential hopes in that, but it went well for Kennedy. False flag events. Why? To what end? Francois Ladigan says, as well as Hillary. Yeah, Hillary is... No, nobody's going to vote for her. Even Democrats hate Hillary Clinton these days. They really do. They really do hate Hillary. She is not popular with anybody. She doesn't want to admit it, but that's the truth. That's the bottom line there. Anyway, it's Friday, folks. I need to check and see if I can get myself some steamed crabs tonight. I am in the mood for some steamed crabs now that I'm back in the States. Yabo! Yep. Samantha Holm is still here. Good to see you there. So I'm going to have to try that out. Hey, listen, folks. Really had a great time in South Africa, despite the threats I got from some lunatics. South Africans are wonderful people. Great country. Had a great time. A little pricey, but thank goodness your rand is terrible. So otherwise it'd be worse for me. But yeah, my apologies not getting to see everyone I wanted to see. Thank you to everyone who I did get to see, the appearances I made on radio, the meet and greets, the chance to film things, the invitation to do audiobooks for the children's book. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, so thanks to everybody while I was there. Those who hosted me, once again, thank you so much. You're very generous. I appreciate it. Some really lovely people hosted me this time, once again. And thanks everybody. So yes, Trump did keep the peace. He ended war after war after war. And Biden started wars, and Obama started wars, and Bush started wars. So there you go. And Clinton got us in more disasters than you can ever shake your finger at. So anyway, that's it. No, Hillary hasn't served 2 terms. She's never been president. So it doesn't matter that she was a secretary, a cabinet member, or a senator. It doesn't apply. You're all very welcome. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap it up here. Have a good day. Enjoy your Friday. And I'm going to call to see if I can't get some steamed crabs. Ooh, all right. There you go. All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks for being here. God bless. And have a lovely day. I'm going to leave you with this. You ready for this?
Going to my mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. Last night I was on the television. I was on a telephone, rapidly rising, and with I don't know. COVID has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's lives reflected in the NHEI. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was afoot in we're going to seize the ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. NATO's purpose is to defend against aggression. Let me make near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? What, I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are we? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. I don't think as the idea that discovery. I want to thank and recognize Dr. John Kingersong. Good song. I can't get this to function at all. My mind's going blank now. What's happening? What? I can't remember. I'm gonna lose track. My mind's going blank now. What are you talking about? What the hell's going on here? Where the hell are you? My mind's going blank now. I can't remember. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What am I doing here? My mind's going blank now. Where am I headed? I keep forgetting I'm president. Where am I? No idea. No idea. No idea.